So reading a children's magazine, what you'll see when they go into Nicholas Copernicus, I think it's funny because what it says, although Copernicus, the father of modern astronomy, wasn't the first to challenge Ptolemy's geocentric theory, he reinvented the heliocentric model. He was the first person to publish his claim, thereby challenging the doctrine of the church. Now, for those of you who don't realize this or just don't know this, okay, the heliocentric model is what they say that we are in now. That's the heliocentric, where everything revolves around the sun, the helios, okay? If you look up the roots of helios, it means the sun. So what we have now is Nicholas Copernicus was the first real guy to challenge the church and to say, no, we are not a flat, non-rotating earth. We are actually revolving around the sun. So when people always say, we've believed in a globe earth, we've believed in that forever. Everyone's always thought, ancient civilizations thought that the earth was a globe. Nah, they didn't. It wasn't, again, until Nicholas Copernicus, 1473 to 1543. Now, what's weird and what's funny is they don't really teach you about a guy named Tycho Brahe in school. Not too much. They brush over him very quickly. Because what the information about him is useful, and it might change some opinions of people. Now, Tycho Brahe, what it says about him, this is fascinating too. Ready? Danish astronomer Tycho Brahe was the first true observer of the sky. He built the Danish observatory using sextants instead of a telescope. He had not been invented. A sextant is an instrument used to determine angles between the horizon and the celestial object like a star, the sun or the moon. He showed that the sun was much further from the moon from the earth by using trigonometry, a branch of mathematics concerned with functions and angles and other applications to calculations. Now, that's a terrible, see what I mean? They don't tell you anything about him. The thing about Tycho Brahe, and they tell you he was the first, again, he was the first true observer of the sky. Tycho Brahe believed we were a non-rotating earth. He did not believe that we were spinning endlessly, okay? Tycho Brahe didn't. What ended up happening, which is funny, is Tycho Brahe had an assistant, and his assistant's name is Johannes Kepler. And when it came time to start to writing books and putting out, all of that, because you have to remember, there weren't, like a long time ago, there wasn't books all over the place. There wasn't a printing press. So in order to make a book, you had to copy it by hand. It took forever. So the printing press, when that became invented, they needed to find people to start to formulate and create education and plans and books and write things and do things. And they, I'm sure, asked Tycho Brahe. He did not want to comply to this heliocentric model because he didn't believe it. So they used his assistant, and his assistant's name was Johannes Kepler. And Johannes Kepler is kind of a staple to why today we believe we're spinning on a ball going around the sun. It's because of this knucklehead Johannes Kepler and Nicholas Copernicus. But they don't tell you the facts. They don't really teach you about these people, Tycho Brahe. Because as it says, Tycho Brahe was the first true observer because he didn't really use math. He just looked. He just looked at the planets and watched them go by and saw what they did. Lola, stop it. Stop, honey. So what I'm trying to get at, though, is that, the school books, they do not really teach you much at all, honestly. They skim over the important stuff. And these are obviously little, packets for kids to learn about space. And 99.9% of what's in this book is total garbage. And they just give you teeny tiny bits of names that you probably should know. Damn right you should know who Tycho Brahe is. They named a moon crater after him, okay? All of the noble people back then hired him to draw their sky maps because he was the most accurate. What does that tell you? So why aren't we using the people who are most accurate? Why aren't we using their depictions? Instead, we're using these crazy ideas that make no sense. And in my opinion, yeah, it makes no sense. How are we staring at the same constellations, the same stars? The North Star never moves. That's just in the middle. All the other stars for thousands of years, same stars. We've been staring at them forever. But we're on a spinning ball, endlessly going through outer space. I don't know how far my imagination has to go to believe that, but I'm not going there, okay? I believed that when I was a kid. It's Santa Claus for adults. I'm not doing it. That's insane. The odds of that are so silly. It's not even existent. There are no odds. And that's my opinion. I love you all. And visit my website, withthesun33.com. I get kicked off TikTok too much. This is like 30 profiles now. It's not even worth my time. I just come on here because even if I can show one person and get them over to the side of the truth, that's what I'm here for. So Telegram is where I am uncensored, with the Sun33 Telegram, and my website, withthesun33.com. I love you all. Oh yeah, and this is for entertainment, in my opinion, and I thought opinions were not allowed to be fact-checked. Can't we have an opinion? Can we not?